Hello and welcome. My name is Hart. I'm here with my buddy Jess, and we're gonna do. I'll say it's probably in my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. Critters. It came out in, I believe it was 1986, and it's a fun ride, I feel.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
You had never seen it before, so what did you think?
It's to be expected from the 1980s, the way it's set. Like, I originally never watched any of the Critters movies. And I usually I wanted to see it because I saw it in there's a little cameo in the Ninja Turtles,
right?
And I'm like, what is this? And then you told me about it, and so we decided to watch it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it because I kind of like horror movies and that, and I do recommend people watching it.
Cool. Basic plot device is these critters are literally aliens. They escape from this space prison and end up stumbling across Earth and attack a family that lives on a farm in some nowhere town in the middle of, I believe it was Kansas.
Yeah.
And that's really it. That's the whole plot. There's a couple of bounty hunters that are tracking them down to try to kill them. But it's what you would expect from the 80s. The effects are practical effects, not CGI. It's cheesy. It's corny. It has moments where it's sort of scary-ish, but really it's just over-the-top silliness like horror was back in that day. And that's what I love most about it, is in that era, horror didn't feel like it was trying to really scare you so much as give you a little bit of a fright, but also leave you with some memories. Back in the day, maybe these were, scary movies, I guess. But I always just look upon them as a fun time rather than trying to, oh my God, I'm going to have nightmares. So. Yeah.
Well, if you're watching it when you're like at 4 or 5, you probably get nightmares off it.
Well, technically you shouldn't be watching it at 4 or 5. And that's coming from somebody who saw Nightmare on Elm Street when I was 7. So.
Yeah. It's still, if you're little watching this, you get nightmares.
Of course. I think.
But watching it on how old we are, it's just like, wow, this is really corny.
So if you enjoy horror movies, I'd say check it out. I would recommend it. I really do enjoy the concept behind it. There's no named actors that I recognize in this movie, but I would still check it out. It's a fun time. So we're probably going to get into a few spoilers here. I want to hear Jesse's thoughts on exactly what he liked, didn't like, because we haven't talked about it yet. So like, comment, subscribe. If there's a movie you want to hear thoughts on, leave a comment below. And if you click off here, have a good one. So for those of you who stick around, spoiler alert.
The creatures are ridiculous. They look like hairballs with teeth.
I would akin them more to porcupines, considering they do shoot little harpoons that cause drowsiness.
Yeah. Which made no sense at all. They curl up in a little ball, and they can roll around like you wouldn't even notice it. Lose them.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog style.
Yes. Then all of a sudden, they'll curl back into a ball, and they'll shoot spikes very accurately when they're not even looking or anywhere close to you.
No scope.
It's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, they're poison-tipped darts, man. They cause drowsiness.
Yeah, but
no, they don't make you pass out. They just make you really loopy.
Yeah, and then long as the poison, the tip is actually tucked into the skin, then they'll go drowsy. As soon as you pull it out,
well, it wears off.
It's just like, wow. And I was like, overall, it seems like you can't really take them seriously because they're not even they're like the same size of a little tiny baby Jack Russell.
Well, they have to power up. I mean, they grow when they feed. So if you catch them after they've been feeding for a while.
Yeah, but there was 8 of them.
Yeah.
And then only one of them fed.
The others might not have been hungry. How do you know?
They were destroying the whole house. They're sitting there eating everything they can.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one grows bigger than the freaking humans themselves.
He was like 2 stories tall by the end of the movie.
And there's this one scene, he smashes through the dresser and grabs the girl.
Yeah. And
to get him off, they use a can of hairspray with a lighter and...
Sure, homemade flamethrower.
But you look at her arm, after that, she never got a single scratch on her.
Well, maybe he didn't use his claws. Maybe he was just grabbing her.
There was literally claws on her. And then it was this one part that was pretty funny. It was the daughter and her boyfriend were in the barn.
Yep.
And they're about to get it on, all that sort of shit. And the boyfriend goes to turn back on the music, gets his hand bitten off, and he's getting ripped to shreds right in front of the girlfriend. The girlfriend's just screaming. And I'm like, okay, that's your cue to get the fuck out of there?
Sure.
No, instead she grabs a pitchfork, waits a couple seconds for the monster to look at her, and then try to poke her with it, and then somehow, miraculously, that in one bite, that critter is able to take out the pitchfork without hurting itself. Then continue to go, oh, look, there's a firecracker. Let's eat it. And then he eats it, it blows up. He looks in his mouth and looks at it and is like, huh. That was funny. And falls over. I'm like, what was that?
Death by lame firework.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe the boyfriend, if I remember, is probably about the only person that was truly introduced that actually died.
No. The cop did too.
Well, okay, yeah. Yeah, he had probably about the same amount of introduction as the boyfriend did.
Yep, not much. Bite, they're dead. Done.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you look at the father, he's getting bitten and poisoned and all that sort of shit. He's got bitten like multiple times and he's go around like nothing happened. It's like, oh, okay. Yep. I'm superhuman.
Many, many sharp-ass teeth dragging through your skin, and he's just like, no big deal.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Black Knight and Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
It's just a flesh wound.
Your arm's off. No, it's not.
And then when they were going, all the creatures are chasing them, and they're on the porch. They lock themselves out of their freaking house, and they're gonna run away. And then the monsters catch up. The monsters stop them. So first, the monsters trying to bust through the fence first. Not happening because they're like very small. So they managed to jump over the fence somehow, and they're slowly climbing up the stairwell towards them, and all they're doing is screaming. It was like, okay, you can hop over the fence and run.
Yeah, a typical horror movie where the creature will chase them down and they'll keep pace, but as soon as they're cornered, it's like, all right, now I'm going to approach you very slowly so you have all the time in the world to try to get away.
And then the son managed to do actually one thing right and hop over the fence to go around the house to help unlock the door. And as soon as they finally get in, he grabbed the shotgun and he's like, oh, he's all proud. He's got the shotgun and he's going to shoot the critter and tripped, fall, and smash. Managed to kill a critter by dropping a fan on his head.
He shoots the ceiling fan, and the ceiling fan lands on one and kills it. My favorite part is when the movie starts to not even take itself seriously. Yeah, shortly before that, while they're on the porch and the critters are slowly approaching them, the kid unlocks the door, lets them in, and the critters start communicating on the front porch, like, so they have weapons. And the other one's like, so what? And his shotgun comes out. You see it shoot one of them. He explodes into bits. And the other one's just like, fuck. Now, these are aliens who don't know anything about English or Earth or anything, but they're using our swear words.
Yes.
So that's where it really turns around for me, and it just becomes over-the-top silliness because the movie's not even taking itself seriously at this point.
I love that part. That was one of my favorite parts, for sure, by far. One thing that kind of bugged me, too, is the fact that it's like... literally, it's like the cat was all through this whole movie. Mm-hmm. They killed the chickens, killed everything, but somehow the cat managed to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, like, what the hell?
Yeah. All right. Well, we will cut it off here. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's worth a watch if you enjoy silly B-movie horror movies. So like, comment, subscribe. If there's a movie you want to hear my thoughts on, go ahead, leave a comment below. Let me know. And have a good one.
Have a good one.